Hi, I'm Lyndon Thorpe. And this is Mindful Moments, Touch Your Heart Every Day. I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday on LinkedIn. Been here for a few months now, and I'm here to help you build a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your very busy life. And tonight we're streaming to LinkedIn and also to YouTube, so welcome everybody. And if you're new here, extra special welcome. If you're here, then I admire you. You've made a commitment of some kind to your happiness and to your balance. It's most important in these days of digital frenzy that we balance the body, mind and spirit. And that's my mission, and that's why I started Touch Your Heart Every Day. However, it's really important to tell you right now that this is not a quick fix. It's not a strategy. It's you connecting with you, with your true nature. And you can't do it overnight because you've been conditioned, heavily conditioned, by your culture, your gender, your education, your status, and all of the things that lead people away from their natural state. So it will take time, and I recommend 30 days of regular half-hour practice every day to really start to break through the layers of conditioning which hardwire the brain. And this is neuroplasticity. I've researched this, and I've brought together all of these things to help people to soften the hardwiring and really start to connect with their true nature. It's always important to ask yourself, are you truly happy? So many people I ask that question to, they don't know. They can't answer truthfully. That's because we're so distanced from our true nature and from nature in general. We're constantly peering outward instead of turning 180 degrees and looking inward. So it's really important to start doing that as soon as possible. This will help you avoid burnout, imposter syndrome, money, guilt syndrome. There are so many new syndromes around that are all to do with the fact that we are rushing into things without checking our authenticity first. It's really important to embody you and your true values and your true nature. So this will take time, but it works. And I'm only here 3 days a week, but you can use my product, which is called Lodestone 1, and this will help you every day to get in touch with your true nature. It will give you respite from the bombardment of the visual world. So let's get started. First of all, it's really important to realize that you're going to close down the visual in a moment, and each of my sessions starts with the ringing of a bell. And when you detect the vibrations of this bell, please simply allow your eyelids to drop. But don't close your eyes entirely. If you do, you'll become sleepy. We need heightened awareness to really reconnect with our true nature, with our eternal nature. So keep a rim of light open at the bottom of your gaze and look at the tip of your nose. This will keep you aware, and this will take you even deeper into awareness. So let's get started. This is non-doing. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is follow my voice and do what I ask you to do. And in 20 minutes, you'll emerge very different. Let's get started. Okay, so take a moment to come down into the core. It does take a little while. It's a totally different way of being. And as you settle down, you'll become aware probably of two things. The first is your breath. We breathe 22 to 24,000 times every day, every 24 hours. But we're not conscious of those breaths very often. So here in the inner core, in the invisible world, we can pay attention to our breath. We can breathe consciously. And there are so many benefits to that, both spiritually, mentally, and above all, physically, because if you breathe very shallowly all the time, unconsciously, then your lungs will shrink, and the older you get, the more shrunken they'll become. So it's good to start now to pay conscious attention to your breath. So just breathe with your breath. The in-breath, the out-breath, just go with it. You don't need to change anything. It's perfect as it is. Okay, the second thing you'll notice, maybe, is that you are tending to generate words or even images to match what I'm saying. You may have had a little experience with meditation or something like that in the past, but resist that, because you don't need them here. This whole Mindful Moments lodestone journey is about getting below all the symbols, and words and images are symbols. You have to get below them to find reality. Okay, so make sure you're sitting upright or standing upright, crown of your head going up, your spine vertical. If you're standing and sitting, or sitting, make sure your feet are flat on the floor, and so we can make a connection between the heavens and the earth. And we are that connection. Okay, let's get started with stage one. Please channel all the energy of your mind, your unique, amazing mind, into a beam, a laser beam. Bright, hot. We're not going to cut anything with this beam, but we're going to use it to illuminate. So concentrate all the energy without any distractions into that beam, and slowly, steadily take that beam of light outside your immediate environment, outside your windows and walls, your roofs, and if you're in a car or other vehicle, outside that. And if you're already outdoors, then as far afield as you can, we're going to project that laser beam as far around you as possible. And we're going to use it to detect vibrations. So start to scan very slowly, steadily, seeking out any kind of vibrations, no matter how small. And when you encounter something, pause, accept, move on. You don't need to name it, you don't need to guess. The main thing is to just accept it and go on detecting vibrations. You are a creature here in the inner core. You can detect vibrations, in other words sound, with your entire body. Maybe you didn't know that. we are led to believe we can only do that with the ears, but in fact we can do it with the whole body, and primitive peoples do. They detect vibrations from the crown of their heads right to the soles of their feet. And so imagine you're a tiger stalking through a jungle. Every pore of your skin, every hair follicle of your beautiful coat can detect vibrations at 5, 6, 7 miles maybe. And those vibrations are either a meal or a threat. So they are very important. It's very important to accept them. Okay, so please move around the outer environment as far afield as you can, detecting vibrations. Above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Wonderful. If this is new to you, don't worry. With regular practice, you'll get better and better at it, and your vagus nerve will be toned up through that process. It's a skill. We've forgotten it because we live in modern life and we don't need it. But in tribal life, close to the earth, people still use it. Okay, let's move to stage 2. Slide very steadily and slowly your laser beam inside your immediate environment, inside your walls, ceilings, roofs, and if you're in a car, inside your car, right up to the extent of your interior. If you're outdoors, then a 30-meter radius around you, and start to detect with your whole body, from the crown of your head down to the tips of your toes and the soles of your feet, slowly and steadily, methodically, detecting vibrations right up into the ceilings, the corners of your ceilings, right down to the corners of your floors. If you're in a car, right up to the extent of the interior. And if you're outdoors, then right up to the 30-meter radius. In the background, always, your breath sustains you in everything you do. It's remarkable. The planet provides the oxygen, raw oxygen, and your miraculous body processes that constantly, 24/7, for 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 plus years. Every 22 to 24,000 times a day. It's remarkable. The earth and your body have an incredible bond. So please, recognize that and appreciate it. Deepen your gratitude for existence. Without the earth, without your body, you would not exist within 4 minutes maximum. But please take a moment to really accept the significance of conscious breathing. Wonderful. And now let's move to stage 3. Stage 3, bring the laser beam of your unique mind inside your body, inside, right down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan, illuminating and detecting vibrations along the upper part of the foot, the soles of the feet to the heel, slowly, steadily, and on up into the ankle joints. And you can use the heat and light of your mind to soften those joints and make space for the cartilages and make the fluids more fluid, so you've got a greater range of movement. And then let's go on and scan up the lower leg, slowly, systematically, little by little, illuminating, detecting vibrations, remembering that all bones and muscles and even ligaments give off vibrations which we have forgotten how to listen to. Go up the lower leg into your calf muscles and take the laser beam of your mind, the heat and light of your mind, in to soften those muscles. And on up into the knee joints, again making space with your mind, really liquefying all the fluids that make movement in the knees possible, heat and light, softening everything. And then we encounter the thighs, the longest muscles too, mostly in most people. So start to scan along there, and up there if you're standing up, little by little, illuminating, detecting vibrations, moving on up slowly, slowly, really giving your laser beam attention to these amazing muscles and bones. And eventually we encounter the torso. And here at the base of the torso is the base chakra. This is the main center of energy of your body, surprisingly. If we had a heat camera now, we could see this would be a very hot area. And this is where we generate energy. So if you're feeling tired or you have low back pain, probably your base chakra is not functioning properly. And very nearby the base chakra are the coccyx bones, 3, 4, maybe 5 tiny bones that are the remnant of your tail when you were a different kind of mammal. Scan up those, and eventually we come to the beefy bones of the lower spine, the lumbar spine, and these are really chunky bones with a disc in between them. So start to scan up through those chunky bones, bone, disc, behind the pelvis, through the pelvis, and eventually go on up, building up the tower of your spine at the back of your body, past the intestines, bone, disc, and past the solar plexus, the center of gravity of your body, and up a little further past the diaphragm, your breathing muscle, right up the back of your body, and eventually the bones get smaller here, and the discs, and eventually we encounter the rib cage, and inside the rib cage are all your vital organs, and the most important is the heart. It is emanating waves of electromagnetic energy 60 times stronger than those of your brain. The heart is tremendously powerful. Detect the vibrations and climb up behind the heart, bone, disc. The bones are beginning to get smaller. And in the upper part of the chest, you'll find the lungs. These are the most remarkable of all your organs, constantly processing oxygen so you can thrive and survive. Climb up behind those lungs, bone, disc, and eventually you get to the notch on the back of your neck, and from here on up the neck spine is much smaller, bone, disc, and eventually the spine disappears up inside the skull, right to the top of the crown of the skull, where we find the top of the spine, the atlas joint. And this is where the skull balances on a pivot. Yes, it's not attached to your spine, but it's held in place by muscles. So this relationship between your head, your neck and your back is really important for your health. So there you have it, right at the crown of your head now, and the heavens above, and right down at the base of your spine and down through the soles of your feet, the earth. Your spine is now lengthened using the power of your mind only, and you are feeling wonderful. Let your eyelids float open. Wonderful. And look out into the visual world and remember how it felt at the beginning of this practice 20 minutes ago. You are fresh, your eye muscles are soft, the gaze is soft, your spine is lengthened, it is a remarkable structure, your breath is deepened through conscious breathing, and your vagus nerve is toned up because you've been detecting vibrations. Look out into the world in this way, and you will never ever get pulled out in the way you have in the past. Stay back in your back in your strength, and navigate the world from that position. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel great. Let me know in the comments. See you tomorrow.